Most voice AI today sound smart, but they act dumb, and they can answer basic questions, but if you put them in a real business use case, they're not going to be able to answer and they will crumble under the pressure. Now, why is this? It's not because they can't actually handle these situations, it's just because they're not built and prompted with real depth. But what if I told you that you can actually unlock a secret weapon for voice AI agents using ChatGPT, and one that would allow you to add depth and real good questions and answers to your prompt to make sure that your AI agent can always answer the questions that gets thrown at it. If you've ever watched or listened to a voice AI agent in a certain industry, for example, insurance or real estate or home services or debt collection, whatever it is, well, you may have seen that the AI agent wasn't able to respond to some questions that were thrown at it. Maybe it was curveballs that were thrown at it, but still, it couldn't answer. And that's because it doesn't have domain depth in most cases. It usually doesn't know everything about the subject that it's programmed to understand. Okay, so let's start with an example. Let's go ahead and build an agent that's going to call homeowners to ask them if they want to install solar in their house. And remember, this can apply to any industry and any kind of agent. I'm just choosing this as a random example. So the first step before we try out the deep research mode within ChatGPT is we're actually going to go into Nova Echo. We're going to create a voice agent. It's going to be an outbound agent, and we're going to choose English as the language. The opening message is going to be like, hey, name, are you still located at address? I think that would work. And then we're going to go ahead and do Troy. Yeah, we can stick with Troy for now. I'm going to add double calls. We'll call people twice in a row to get past Do Not Disturb. And then I'm going to turn voicemail detection on so we hang up. And that all looks good. Okay, now it's time for the prompt. Awesome. This is a really basic beginning to a script, but it works for now for this example. So now we're going to head over to ChatGPT, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on deep research. Okay. And now we're going to say, okay, so please find me the top 20 most asked and most important rebuttals / objections / questions that are given during a solar sales presentation. Then provide me with the best answers that have the highest likelihood to convert the question asker into a sale. Now, the reason deep research mode is so much more powerful with this is because it is going and it's researching this through many different articles, many different web pages, and it's making sure that it gets only the correct information. So it's going to ask me a few questions first to make sure that it's actually doing this correctly. That's another great part of deep research. To make sure I get the most effective list, could you clarify a few things? Looking for objections as questions for residential, commercial. Let's do residential. I said homeowners. We're going to do a phone sales rep. These are good questions. Who answers teller to a specific region or state? Let's say we're starting with Florida. Would you like responses to include financial options? Sure. Amazing. So now it's starting its research. So it's going to look through a bunch of different web pages. It's going to pull all that data together to get the actual 30 most asked or most important questions / rebuttals. So let's jump right back to when it's done. All right. So now it's researched 24 different sources, and I found the top 30 objections from Florida homeowners, how to overcome them. Now, this is way too long, so what we're going to do is, now we're off deep research mode, I'm just going to say, shorten all of these to make objections and responses that are conversational and about 2 to 3 lines each. All right, so now it's giving me all 30 objections and all 30 responses, so I'm going to copy all of this. And then we're going to go back into Nova Echo. We're going to go ahead and write this. The following is a list of objections and responses. If anyone gives any of these objections, apply with the following response. Now we're just going to copy paste. So now the agent has 30 questions and answers from the industry that you work in, and it's going to be able to use that information to have a great and full picture understanding of whatever question they ask. So now if they give an objection like this, or if they just say any kind of question that's similar to it, the AI will then use this information below in order to answer that question effectively so that it sounds even smarter. So hopefully you can now combine ChatGPT's deep research mode and Nova Echo AI's voice agents effectively, and you got value out of this video. If you did, share it with a friend who's using outdated bots and subscribe. And if you want to try this out and actually start using Nova Echo's voice AI agents, then there'll be a link in the description to book a demo call with the Nova Echo team, and we'll be able to tell you everything that you need to know about the platform, show you a demo, and answer your questions. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.